Welcome back to the OK Carpenter channel, everybody. I'd like to introduce you to my console table. I built this thing back in like 2012, 2013, and then it spent about 2, maybe 3 years of its life out in the wild on a back porch somewhere. Well, I've been wanting to redo this thing for a long time, so it's gonna be fun. Take the top, it's gonna go on a burn pile because it ain't good for nothing, and it's just pine that I'll pocket hole drill together. We're gonna throw some walnut on the top, and we're gonna clean the bottom up, and we're gonna paint it white. Then it's gonna match everything so far in my living room that I've made. My built-in, my little side table you can't see, and then I'll have this. And then I guess a coffee table will be next, but I ain't rushing that. Let's get a good look at this thing. It's a pretty straightforward little table. It started out as a desk when I was trying to go to school for forestry. That obviously didn't work out. The only thing I've been kind of unsure is if I want to leave this board on there. But man, it's really comfortable for putting your feet on. So it's going to stay. Decision made. This is what we're working with. These are my 2 pieces of walnut. This one's 10.5 inches wide. This one's like right at 9. And they're both 10 feet long. They're 6/4 and they're rough sawn. So I can't really see the grain too good on it at the moment. So I'm going to bust the sander out. Hit it with probably like 180 just so I can see the grain a little bit better, and pick out like where I wanna work with, because the table is only 6 feet long and these are 10, so I got some wiggle room. Getting this rough sawn lumber and then throwing some 120 sandpaper on your sander and cleaning it up just so you can see the wood grain. It's pretty neat when you time lapse it. You can't tell, obviously, when you're in the middle of doing it, just how much that wood changes just from smoothing it out. But I kind of like this time lapse. Probably my favorite one so far. This one come out real good. I like all of the grain on this entire board. You couldn't really see how good the grain was on the underside, but once I flipped it over and did this one, it come out real nice. It's got real good grain structure. I think I'm going to go with this end of the board, but this one, I think I'm gonna have to like cut this board in half, because it's got a, man, I ain't never got a board like this from there. I don't know what this is about. What I'm worried is I'm gonna have to take it down pretty far to get rid of that crap. We'll see. Getting everything cut the length right here. And gentlemen, I don't know, I don't have a real big shop. So when I start cutting stuff down, especially when it's, 6-7 feet, my little planer my joiner in the background, it gets a little wonky when you try to run 6 foot long stuff. So this track saw right here is a life saver. Now, yeah, I don't got Festool money, but I got DeWalt money, so that's what we rocking here. But yeah, it makes it so simple. It gives you a pretty straight edge. You transfer it over to that table saw and just rock out. And I know a lot of people hate on these biscuit joints, but when it comes to getting things lined up, I love these biscuit joints. So simple, it's fast. This has probably got to be part of the most satisfying step here, is you've done all this work just to get to this point right now. And truthfully, this is you only halfway when you get to gluing it up. But spreading that glue out, getting the biscuits put in, and then try not to spray yourself with glue when it comes out. It's a pretty fun ride. Let's see how hard this is to get apart. It's been a couple days since I glued it. Might have been a mistake. I didn't come out here and scrape none of the glue off or anything. You gonna start undoing some clamps, bro? Oh, come on, please. So do I scrape this thing? Or do I bust out my little planer? Let's scrape it. Well, the camera cut off on me while I was trying to video putting the polyurethane on here, but that's it. So here we are. I have 3 coats of poly on the top that's set up on some sawhorses behind you, and it's past that tacky stage. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start working on the base of this thing. I gotta get it took off of the top that the old top I'm not gonna use no more. And I'm gonna have to strengthen this up a little bit. We'll figure that out in a minute. Let's get this sucker disassembled. Some of these screws, they fall back. Some of them were broke, some of them were rusted, but I guess that's to be expected. It did spend a good 2 years maybe outside on the front porch in Louisiana weather, so I guess can't be too upset. They were exterior screws, so I thought they would have done better when I originally built it, but I guess not. All right, everything did not come apart as easy as I wish it would have, but it's all disassembled. Now I'm gonna just clean everything up, and then we're gonna put it back together and paint it. I might paint it before I put it back together. Now I have dust collection, but when you are just barely skimming these boards just to clean them up a smidgen, that dust goes everywhere. So you can see I got my dust mask on, I got safety glasses on, I'm full on PPE. Yeah, I know I'm not using no push stick, but you know, you gotta be a dummy every once in a while, I guess. Just trying to get everything painted up, put together now. I ended up getting 2 coats of paint put on all the legs before I put it all back together. And yeah, I used pocket hole screws when I originally made this table, so I just went back with them. I wasn't trying to reinvent the wheel. There's no need for that. They're all hidden pretty good. I wasn't too worried about it. This went back together a lot easier than I thought it was. And I always get nervous using pocket hole screws when you're screwing the top on. Just like, please don't poke your head through there. So I got the table all assembled, ready to go. I'm gonna buff this thing and bring it on in the house. Alright everybody, this video is going to end my 2024 year here on YouTube. I look forward to next year. I don't got no crazy projects coming, but I just want to tell everybody thank y'all. I know I put a bunch of videos out kind of towards the end there, but Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. Please be safe during the holidays. Say hey to your loved ones, tell them you love them. Alright, bye.